Good day, grade 9 students. I am your pre-service teacher from Tarlac State University, Christine Claire P. Mateo. In connection with our topic last meeting, our topic for today is all about trigonometric ratios of special angles 30, 45, 60 degrees. Our learning competency, find the trigonometric ratios of special angles. Trigonometric ratios of special angles. The trigonometric ratios of some angles can be readily determined using basic geometry. As such, these angles are repeatedly used in calculations. These are the multiples of 30, 45, and 60 degrees, and they are collectively called special angles. So first, we have trigonometric ratios of 30 degrees. Recall that the equilateral triangle, so triangle ABC is an equilateral triangle. All of the angles measure 60 degrees. So angle B is 60 degrees, angle A is 60 degrees, and angle C is also 60 degrees. An altitude AD is drawn perpendicular to the side BC. An angle, and it bisects angle BAC such that angle BAD is equal to angle CAD and is equal to 30 degrees. Ibig sabihin, this is 30 degrees and also this is 30 degrees. Because AD is also the median, then BD is equal to CD and is equal to 1. Ayan. So 1 unit, 1 unit. Now, let's find the length of AD using Pythagorean theorem. So, ang gagamitin na lang natin na triangle is triangle BAD. So, let's just substitute. Our hypotenuse is 2 and the shorter leg is 1. That's why we have 2 squared equals 1 squared plus B squared. 2 squared is 4 and 1 squared is 1. So, 4 is equal to 1 plus B squared. Let's transpose 1 to the other side. We have 4 minus 1 equals B squared. 4 minus 1 is equal to 3 and let's get the square root of both sides to cancel the square. So B is equal to the square root of 3 or AD is equal to the square root of 3. Yan. Since the length of the sides of our or of our triangle is already given or meron na tayo ng lahat ng measurement or lengths ng sides for the triangle, let's find the trigonometric ratios. First, we have sine 30 degrees. So, ang gagamitin lang natin in finding the trigonometric ratios is the SOHCAHTOA and CHOSHAKAW. So, for sine 30, we have SO, meaning to say opposite over hypotenuse. So, opposite of sine 30 is equal to BD. Ayan, ang opposite niya is BD and the hypotenuse is AB. That's why we have BD over AB. So, let's substitute the given. We have for BD, we have 1 and for AB, we have 2. That's why we have 1 over 2. For cosine 30, ganun din yung mangyayari. Gagamitin natin sa SOHCAHTOA and CHOSHAKAW. Pero for cosine, we have CO. No? So, ibig sabihin, opposite. Ka muna pala, ka. No? So, for cosine, we have adjacent over hypotenuse. That's why we have AD over AB. Let's just substitute the given. We'll have square root of 3 over 2. So, lahat ng mga trigonometric ratios, yun yung gagawin natin. Gagamitin natin si SOHCAHTOA and CHOSHAKAW. For tangent 30, we have BD over AB. So, let's substitute. Magiging yun siyang 1 over square root of 3. So, kakancel natin dapat si square root of 3 kasi dapat walang radical sign sa denominator. So, ang gagawin natin, magra-rationalize or we're going to multiply square root of 3 to the numerator and denominator. So, 1 times the square root of 3 is equal to square root of 3 and the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is equal to square root of 9 and the square root of 9 is 3. That's why for tangent 30, we have the square root of 3 over 3. For cosecant 30, we have AB over BD. So substitute natin yung given, we have 2 over 1 or simply 2. For secant 30, we have AB over AD. Pag sinubstitute natin, that would be 2 over the square root of 3. So let's cancel the radical sign in the denominator, magra-rationalize tayo. Let's multiply square root of 3 to the numerator and denominator. So 2 times the square root of 3 is 2 square root of 3. And square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is 3. That's why for second 30, we have 2 square root of 3 over 3. Lastly, for cotangent 30, we have AD over BD. Pag sinubstitute natin, magiging yan siyang square root of 3 over 1 or simply square root of 3. Let's proceed to the trigonometric ratios of 45 degrees. So consider the isosceles right triangle ABC and the lengths of the side are AB is equal to 1, BC is equal to 1, or simply AB and BC are equal to 1. So gamitin natin si Pythagorean theorem in finding the length of AC. So let's just substitute the given. That would be C squared is equal to 1 squared plus 1 squared. 1 squared is equal to 1. That's why we have 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. That's why we have C squared is equal to 2. Let's get the square root of both sides. C is equal to square root of 2. Or AC is equal to square root of 2. Ayan. So gaya ng ginawa natin kanina, gagamitin natin si Sohcahtoa and Chow-Siakau, yung pinag-aralan natin last meeting. So we're going to use angle A of this triangle to determine the length of the hypotenuse. Ayan, meron na tayo for the Pythagorean theorem. So sin 45 muna tayo. So again, ang gagamitin natin is Sohcahtoa and Chow-Siakau, no? So, yun yung gagamitin natin. Doon nang galing itong BC over AC sa SO. No? So, sin 45 is equal to BC over AC. Let's substitute the given. That would be 1 over the square root of 2. Let's rationalize. Multiply square root of 2 to the numerator and denominator. 1 times the square root of 2 is equal to square root of 2. And square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is equal to square root of 4. And the square root of 4 is 2. That's why for sin 45, we have square root of 2 over 2. For cosine 45, we have AB over AC. Substitute the given. That would be 1 over the square root of 2. And let's rationalize. 1 times square root of 2 is equal to square root of 2. And the square root of 2 times the square root of 2 is square root of 4. Square root of 4 is equal to 2. That's why we also have square root of 2 over 2. For tangent 45, we have BC over AB. So, pag sinubstitute natin siya, that would be 1 over 1 or simply 1. Cosecant 45 degrees is equal to AC over BC. Equals, pag sinubstitute natin yung given, that would be square root of 2 over 1 or simply square root of 2. For secant 45, we have AC over AB. Pag sinubstitute natin yung given, that would be square root of 2 over 1 or simply square root of 2. For cotangent 45, we have AB over BC. Substitute 1 over 1 or simply 1. So ito yung trigonometric ratios natin for sin or for 45 degrees. Now let's move on to the trigonometric ratios of 60 degrees. So this is the same triangle ABD used for the trigonometric ratios of 30 degrees. Ayan, so. Ayan, use triangle ABD. The trigonometric ratios of 60 degrees angles are. So, ito na yung given natin, kompleto na. Ngayon, hanapin na lang natin yung 6 trigonometric ratios of 60 degree angle. Gamitin natin si Sohcahtoa and Chow-Siakau, again, para makuha yung 6 trigonometric ratios. So, sin 60 is equal to AD over AB equals, substitute, square root of 3 over 2. Next, cosine 60, we have BD over AB. Substitute the given, 1/2. Tangent 60, we have AD over BD. Square root of 3 over 1 or simply square root of 3. Cosecant 60, so AB over BD. Substitute the given. So, 2 over square root of 3. So, times ito, no? So, 2 times square root of 3 is equal to 2 square root of 3. And 3 times the square root of 3 is equal to 3. So, that's why for cosecant 60, we have 2 square root of 3 over 3. For second 60, we have AB over BD. Pag sinubstitute natin yung given, that would be 2 over 1 or simply 2. So for cosecant 60, lastly, we have BD over AD. Substitute the given, that would be 1 over square root of 3. Again, this is multiply or this is times. Let's rationalize. Let's multiply square root of 3 to the denominator and the numerator. 1 times the square root of 3 is equal to square root of 3, and square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is equal to 3. So for cotangent 60, we have square root of 3 over 3. So these are our trigonometric ratios for 60-degree angles or for 60-degree angle. So again, yun yung mga trigonometric ratios natin for 30, 45, and 60. That's all for today, grade 9 students. God bless you.